Hey High Tides, hopefully you enjoyed your 3-day weekend. I know I did, but this week's Speechville News episode is about change, because there's been a lot of that going on. The first piece is about Brexit.
The EU, also known as European Union, is an economic and political union involving 28 European countries. It allows free trade, which means goods can move between member countries without any checks or extra charges. The EU also allows free movement of people to live and work in whichever country they choose within the 28 countries.
The June 2016 referendum had started the Brexit movement, which can be described as a division between Brits who want to stay and those who don't. The UK joined in 1973 when it was known as the European Economic Community, and it will be the first member state to withdraw. The UK formally left the EU on January 31st, 2020. There is still a lot to be planned out and months of negotiation will follow. Though many American students may not wonder about our cousins over the pond, Brexit is an important piece of history that we will look back on.
The ayes to the right, 358. The noes to the left, 234.
The ayes to the right were 358. The noes to the left were 234. So the ayes have it. The ayes have it.
So Brexit's going to go down as a big historical moment and change, and it's important to remember things like that. And another moment that we need to remember is the Holocaust. So here's a segment about remembering the Holocaust.
On January 27, 2020, it was International Holocaust Remembrance Day. This day commemorated the deaths of 6 million Jews and 11 million other people that died in the Holocaust during World War II by the Nazis. January 27th is the anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz-Birkenau by the Red Army, which was a concentration camp in Poland. This day was created by the United Nations General Assembly. The United Nations General Assembly wants everyone to honor the people who have died and help develop educational programs to help prevent future genocides. Countries like the United Kingdom and Italy also have January 27th as a national event for the Holocaust. Beach High commemorated this day by having a showing of the film Schindler's List, which is about the Holocaust. This film was held in the auditorium and a good number of students attended. Beach High also had 2 Holocaust survivors come in and talk to a group of students about their experiences in the Holocaust. International Holocaust Remembrance Day is an important part in moving forward from such a tragic event, and honoring and remembering those who were lost is a vital part in decreasing anti-Semitism. And now, a moment of silence for all the lives lost during this tragic event. Thank you, High Tides, and remember, stay strong.
Now is another segment about history, celebrating Black History Month.
Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, Harriet Tubman, Tupac, Barack Obama. What do all these people have in common? They are all influential African American figures that had a big impact on American and Black culture. These figures are always celebrated every year in February, during the celebration known as Black History Month. But what is Black History Month, and when did it originate? As you may know, people of African descent have been discriminated against for thousands of years. There have been many people of all ages that have tried to make some change to the seemingly never-ending battle against racial injustice. However, in 1926, a Black historian and journalist named Carter G. Woodson advocated for a Negro History Month on the second week of February. He chose this week because it was the birthday of Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass. As the celebration grew more and more popular throughout the years, it was accepted and celebrated throughout the nation, until some educators in Kent State University proposed an evolution of this. Black History Month. The first Black History Month was celebrated in February 1970 and was popularized when President Gerald Ford acknowledged it during the United States bicentennial. With that said, there have been many heroes over the ages but have gone unnoticed as time goes on. However, now is the time to rectify that. Let's start off with Garrett Morgan, who was the man that invented the traffic lights, fire hoods, and gas masks. These inventions made a huge progression towards safety in daily uses. High Tides, with this knowledge, you should consider researching more African Americans and their impacts.
It's also important to remember our historical legends. One of them was Kobe Bryant, and here's a segment about him.
Kobe Bean Bryant was a professional basketball player for the National Basketball Association, or NBA. He was born August 23, 1978 in Philadelphia. By many critics and fans, he was the best basketball player of all time. He played all his 20 seasons with the Los Angeles Lakers, winning 5 championships and Most Valuable Player in 2008. On January 26th of 2020, Kobe and his daughter, Gianna, passed away in a tragic helicopter crash. There was a total of 9 people in this aircraft that were killed in this accident. This was in Calabasas, California, on the way to Camarillo Airport. Kobe Bryant and his daughter were honored at the 2020 NBA All-Star Game by one team wearing Kobe's number, 24, and one team wearing Gianna's number, 2. They also wore 9 stars on their jersey for each of the 9 victims in the accident. Both of his numbers, 8 and 24, were retired by the Los Angeles Lakers. Kobe Bryant was a legend and will continue to be for a very long time.
There's millions of people in Los Angeles who don't have a home. Kobe was fighting to get them homes and shelter every single day. He was passionate about that. He was also passionate about being a great father, husband, filmmaker. Young man won an Oscar. So we all are hurting. This is a tough time for the whole NBA family. We'll never see another basketball player quite like Kobe. He was always there for all of us in one way or another.
The All-Star game back then, let me tell you something, not only was I too busy, but I was too broke.
I hope you enjoyed this historical episode, and I will see you next week, High Tides.